What is going on, guys? Samuel One World from Standalone Views here, back with another 2020 movie review. And I know I'm kind of lacking on the movies lately. I know probably keep saying that for every movie with you, but I am going to try to do as much as I can now. The theaters are starting to open up again. Because of all that, I'm kind of lacking. I'm trying to watch as much 20 movies, but I'm slowly trying to catch up as much 2020 films as I can. So I'll try to do more movie reviews as I can. So, and today I'm here to do a movie I actually got to see a couple days before it hits Amazon Prime, and that is Chemical Hearts, directed by Richard Tan and stars Austin Abrahams and Lily Reinhardt. Now, before I begin my review, feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more movies, TV, music, games, and ASMR content. And I'll also know what thoughts of Chemical Hearts you've seen it down in the comment section down below. So anyways, let's talk about the movie, which tells the story of Henry Page, who's a teenage student who considers himself a hopeless romantic, but is now fall in love. And he aspires to read the Ed has snippet. Then he ends up meeting Grace Town, and they kind of have a relationship, and she might have a secret past, or trying to hide something, and tries to figure out while also they have a random bond, and they end up falling in love. Now on to telling on screen, just I actually had never heard of this movie. I never heard of Chemical Hearts until I got the screen for it. Like I shouldn't get an email where I say, hey, just saying I want to watch this movie. So I figured, why the hell not? So yeah, I ended up watching Chemical Hearts. I'm not really know hardly anything about it, so I wasn't really sure what to really expect on. So like, I'm not sure if it was going to be like a typical teenage movie. And the only thing I knew was with the people, and the only thing I really knew about was one of the actors, like Austin Abrahams, who after that slowly rising up. It's slowly been rising up in terms of the acting department. Lily Reinhardt, who most people probably know plays Betty from Riverdale, who's actually probably the most consistent part-time performance in. I'm saying something considering, you know, how Riverdale has gone last couple seasons. How crazy Riverdale's gone last couple seasons. But better for us. But that's a bit for another day. So, what are my thoughts on Chemical Hearts? I will lie. I actually kind of love this movie. I'm just as surprised as you are. I honestly kind of wasn't expecting to really enjoy this movie as much as I did, but hey, here we are. This movie actually ended up being pretty damn great. Man, I don't know about this movie. Definitely isn't gonna be that bad. It's not gonna be like a movie that everyone's going to love as I have. That's what I'm thinking. Again, that's something that's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. It depends on how I feel about this genre and how I can handle certain aspects of it. But me, I come behind it. And I think the one thing that makes it and one of the best work is definitely the performances from the two main leads. Again, Austin Abrams is an actor that has slowly kind of rise up in terms of his acting department. Like I see him in a couple of movies, and it has actually impressed me. But he definitely continues to do so in this movie. He really does show a lot of emotion, a lot of earnest, and a lot of passion. I actually accepted his character a lot more than I actually thought I would, honestly. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I think we're trying to make his character feel a little more unique and a little more relatable, actually, how he is as a person and how he acts towards people. Like, it's a very interesting character, actually, and I definitely wasn't expecting to like as much as I did, but honestly, it's Lily Reinhardt in this movie. I don't lie. Her performance actually blew me away. Now, I thought she might something good in the movie, but how great she actually was, like, especially some of the more emotional scenes in the movie, like, she actually really impressed me, actually. That one was like, man, the emotion in the range. Like, I knew she was always been a good actress. I mean, she's definitely proven that in Riverdale, even proved that, small role in the movie Hustlers, but she definitely wants to give her the whole bank type of thing, which is something that she's kind of trying to do. I think she does that here, honestly. Like, what she does down the road, I am very excited to see what she does, and she definitely proven that. And the chemistry, I actually I actually like the chemistry a lot more than I actually thought I would. I probably give that a lot. It's probably like I really started to enjoy the movie as much as I did, honestly. I'll be to invest as much as I did with this movie. But the chemistry is great. Some of it definitely is awkward, but it's kind of not the painfully awkward. It's the more enjoyable and interesting awkward. Awkward demos I was like, okay, but it's not the one that makes you cringe or makes you feel. It's the one that makes it's more relatable than anything. And this movie actually does feel relatable and real. It's definitely one of the more relatable real teen movies I've seen in a while, honestly. And sure, it does kind of go through a lot of the tropes that you would expect this movie to go, especially with when it helps use off Adrian as they're kind of stalking her, and I was like, man, is I'm still going for this trope seriously? I said, but other than that, the other trope they do a few other tropes in the movie. They cast have teen movies, but they don't. But it's not like in a very like annoying way. Like I don't mind a lot of the tropes they do in teen movies. That's a lot. As it's not like overbearing, or they actually have a reason for it, or they don't do it in like a way that's just messed up and just really kind of like the kissing booth movies. Like, I mean, how they do it just makes everything just like how they do tropes in those movies are just very questionable, and it's just a lot of it ends up being forced and makes no sense whatsoever. But here, a lot of it just actually do make sense, and they do good job making it feel more real. And actually touch upon some interesting subjects and messages that most teen movies actually don't even talk about nowadays. Honestly, if you think about it, like like most teen movies are kind of just tells us certain aspects that a lot of it don't really feel like very dark or very just gloomy, but yet they do tell that. Yeah, they do that a lot. They do. But it's a lot more dark and gloomy than I actually anticipated, honestly. And it does have its sunshiny moments. It's the moments that did make me laugh. But it's mostly a very dark and gloomy, kind of depressing movie at times. And I honestly wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect. Like, I never heard somebody tell you at the screen for it. But even then, I wasn't expecting to be as dark and depressing as it was. And especially a lot of sketches about death and depression. Like, man, talking about a teen movie? Especially one of teen movie nowadays, because most movies nowadays don't really touch on these subjects. I mean, not that any don't nowadays, obviously, but most of them probably don't really think about it. Especially the message on grief, scars, and how your past can haunt you. Now, and a lot of stuff's actually kind of relatable, and definitely was impactful. Like, I was actually emotionally invested in the package a lot more than I thought I would. And most part of the film is like over 9 minutes. Yeah, it never drags. It does take its time to develop a lot of its characters, and there's a lot of situations that happen, and then it don't just like no scene feels too short or too long. It actually fits naturally, honestly. And not mention the direction is also pretty impressive. Actually, there's such a lot of colors padding in some of the scenes, and how certain shots are, and some of the one take sequences. Like, it's beautiful. And especially the music as well. Like, I adored the music in this movie, especially how much it really enhanced a lot of the scenes in the movie. Like, music doesn't feel forced, doesn't try to make you like force emotion. It fits very naturally, which I was very happy to see. And the writers are invested. And I was surprised how mostly invested, especially in the last 30 minutes of the movie. And the movie actually even surprised me in a few ways, honestly. It does still have some predictable moments, but there's some moments that was surprised me at how they end up, honestly. And the more I found out more of these characters, the more I actually cared about them. I mean, not every character was amazing, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But because they do end up truly developing and investing in the movie, I was really invested. I really cared about that. I really cared about all the characters in the movie. Like, man, actually, this movie's definitely easy to watch, and it's maybe I may end up watching again, just probably not often, honestly, because it is definitely not an easy one. Like, it's just like a fun, cheerful teen movie. It's a very dark and depressing one. So, and now, if I was to name any issues with the movie, I think the only real one I can really think of right now is that it does have some characters like with Abraham's character's best friends and his family that aren't really as well as they should be, and It could be a problem depending on how the incident started, but I probably still wish that they were instant better into the story, or they would handle a lot more. It's not like a huge issue that bugged me down for me, but it's definitely one that does frankly get my highest grade on, in my opinion. And this really isn't a problem for the film itself for me, but just know this really isn't a movie that really is going to place that buzz movie that not everyone's going to enjoy, and it's not really a typical like happy teen movie. It's definitely a depressing one, and having it by it really depends on your enjoyment of the movie. So yeah, what can I say about that? So overall, Chemical Hearts is a movie that actually surprised me on. I ended up being invested a lot more than I thought I would. It's a movie that really isn't plays out, but it's a movie that not everyone's going to enjoy. But it's a movie that I ended up really digging the hell out of, thanks to great performances, great characters, very real-life situations. I mean, it's actually a lot more dark and depressing than I expected, and definitely there's also that normally isn't told at teen movies nowadays. And definitely not a perfect movie by any means, but a movie that I'm definitely going to remember. Not sure how they're going to end up holding up on rewatches, and I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it much in general, but Chemical Hearts is a movie that is definitely at least at least once. So that being said, I am going to give Chemical Hearts a 97 of a 100. That is a solid A. Well guys, I hope you all enjoyed my review of Chemical Hearts. I would love to know down below what are your thoughts on the movie. You've seen it? Because I'm sure some of you know, let me know if you actually liked what I did, or did you not enjoy it. I would love to know my fellow Warner Brothers down in the comment section down below. Again, right now I'm trying to catch the 20 movies. I actually also recently watched Project Power, and I'm sure if I'm going to do a review on that, but we'll see. And I'm going to try to catch up on more 2020 movies, and when I do, I'm probably going to do an ASMR catch up video, so be on it very soon. I have a lot more videos and lists planned coming very soon, so be on the look for that. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly honestly appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites, all of which are down below. And I'm saying World from Saying World Reviews. I will see you next time, and as always, stay cool on my fellow One Worlders. Peace.